Good evening, boys. Well, you're welcome to Life Should Be Delicious, which is a show that, basically brings what should be the essence of the best of life to everybody that watches it. And you two guys are doing your best to bring people the culinary side of that, the essence of life. And if you'd like to introduce yourself, you are, sir.
Why am I going first?
Oh, it doesn't matter. You're first today.
I'm Chef KD Prime, also known as I'm Kola Oledusun, also known as Chef KD.
Welcome to the show, Chef KD Prime, aka Kola Ole. And you, sir.
Yes. I am Jeffrey. All right, fine. I'll use my surname. I am Jeffrey Kanu, also known as Chef Jeff.
Chef Jeff.
Yeah, or Chef Jeff 3000, whichever one you want to pick.
Okay.
Why the 3,000?
Because there are a lot of Chef Jeffs, and so Andre 3000 is a cool person, so Chef Jeff 3000 could be a cool person, but just not Andre.
So, boys, I know you have an alternate life as a Chef KD Prime, as an engineer.
Yes.
Yes, and you have an alternate life as a radio personality nowadays.
Yeah, guilty.
Sorry?
Guilty.
Oh, fantastic! I like that. Guilty as alleged. Now, boys, you both have been doing this for a while. How did you guys meet up?
When you say this, do you mean us, the Tale of Two Chefs, or cooking generally?
No, cooking, meeting as people who cook before you went to the Tale of Two Chefs.
Oh, okay. Well, I've been cooking for about 37 years,
Okay.
and I became a professional chef 4 years. Wow! 4 years already.
That is interesting because you now acknowledge that you're a professional chef. That's amazing. Yourself, sir?
Me, I actually used to be an investment banker for a couple of years from the UK, moving back over here. And then I've actually been in a bit longer than you have, actually. I will be hitting 5 years, I think, in a month or so, actually, as a professional chef.
Professional chef.
Yeah.
From being an investment banker.
Yeah, big switch.
That is what we Nigerians now say, Mado.
Well, yeah, everybody always assumes that, oh, you're following your passion now, blah, blah, blah. But to be honest, it was really just like, you know, a plan B kind of thing. It's like, I've had a passion for food for a long time. And I was blessed enough that even as an investment banker, I could still have a foodies night thing. I used to do something like, people pay $3K a night and come to my house or someone else's house and it'd be like a 14-course meal. Didn't really care if I lost money because it,
14 course meal.
8 to 14 courses sometimes. Yeah.
8 or 14 courses.
Yeah.
Are you Chinese by any chance?
No, but it was kind of like an experimental phase. I was doing for fun, but I also thought that if I decided to pursue food, then these are like my test market, and maybe these are people that will be the first way through the door the moment they do it in the food space. And in some ways, it kind of panned out that way.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, how did you guys come up with the Tale of Two Chefs?
Whose idea was it?
Probably mine, actually. The name, I can't remember how that came to me. But
That was me. But the collaboration was actually his idea.
yeah. I mean, I've been saying for a long time that a lot of us who are, sort of in the private space of the culinary field, there's a lot of collaboration and just like, feeding off each other's, no pun intended, different talents and differences, and just putting them out there to showcase that this is what collaboration can be like, what it can feel like, a different experience entirely. Because I'm always about a culinary thing. I speak about that all the time. I want to take you somewhere that you've never been before, with something you might never have thought about, something that sounds very unique or wild or crazy. And when you have somebody like Katie, whose flavor profile is really, really, really unique, it's kind of like a great synergy to work with.
Fantastic. So you guys sort of, feed off each other's creativity, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, coming up with menus is always an easy thing because he knows what I most like to want to put on the menu. He's just like, okay, fine, I'll do that. Even when we plan these events, it's really just about, okay, what day works, but it's a very short phone call, usually, so yeah.
And you're agreed and you're rolling.
That's it, basically.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So what have you got planned for tonight? How many courses are we going?
6 courses.
6 courses.
But to actually add to what he said, one thing I like about working with him is that, fine, initially it was a challenge because he is strongly skewed towards the French culinary style, and I do everything but I've now decided to just do me. So our first few dinners were me doing things to complement what I knew he would do on the French style. Now bringing you back to this 6 words dinner, this is me doing me. So I've like you rightfully said, everything in life is a journey. Any endeavor that you embark on as a person is a journey. But for me, my food journey, to be specific, has been, I did a lot of soul searching earlier in the year regarding my food journey. And you and I have discussed it, I think I mentioned it to you. And I realized that, okay, this is my 4th year. I've gone through, because I'm self-taught, which a lot of people look down on self-taught chefs. The professional chefs look down on self-taught chefs. So I spent a lot of time feeling that I had to prove myself to the establishment. And
You no longer feel that way.
I don't feel that way. I think, and like you rightfully said, when I said, yes, I am a professional chef. I don't need to put a menu together that's going to make people say, oh wow, oh my God, he knows how to do a beurre blanc. No, I don't need to do that. Now all I do is what I want to do. So if I want to take, one of the dishes on this menu is chicken thighs. It's been a long day. Chicken thighs with garlic chicken thighs with bread sauce, and I'm not going to get this wrong. Mushrooms with there's something else in there. But anyway, the bread sauce. I've never done a bread sauce before, and I was like, okay, fine, let's do a bread sauce. And I wanted to do something that was spicy because I like spicy food. And if you're really sticking to core orthodox cuisines, quote unquote, which is in and of itself is an idiotic statement. Because it's true. Now, any food that you can't see somebody's eating something unorthodox if they like it. So in core cuisine, you don't put chili peppers. There's no pepper in anything now. So this is something that could pass as a proper quote unquote continental dish, but it has a bit of KD inside.
Amazing. And you, Jeff?
Me, I'm still doing the French thing, but at the same time, it's really also there's a bit of personality to me as well at the same time. So
Really?
yeah, I try my hardest that it's not just about taking the old school techniques and running with that. It's really about how do you reinvent it, how do you showcase something that's very different. Because I don't just focus on French cuisine, I also focus on French technique. So I could still do something that's Italian for you, but there's going to be something that's some French technique that's been doing there, whether I'm doing like a roux or something along those lines. I too started out as a self-taught chef at the time. And it was hard at the time. I think in some ways the fame kind of went ahead of the experience of the cooking for me actually. So at some point I realized, listen, there's gaps in your knowledge that you really like to have. So let's go get some training done. And it's just nice to see people like Katie who are self-taught and still being to deliver so much flavor and how he operates in the kitchen. Occasionally he knows everything to be said, how to organize it, and so on and so forth. I actually learned a lot from him. And there's something that culinary school taught me is that you're still learning even after you go. And you still have to personalize, find your identity, find what your skills are, and balance it. So that's what I've just been trying to do all this time. So it's not been an easy thing because, of course, most people here, they want Chinese food, they want Indian food, sometimes Jamaican food, and so on. So there's not a lot of acceptance of some of the cuisine I put out there, but I just feel like there needs to be a difference. There needs to be some level of diversity, and it has to start from somewhere. It might start small, but eventually it'll grow.
That is your personality speaking, actually.
Yes, indeed.
Interesting. Well, thank you, gentlemen. I will look forward to seeing what both of you put out tonight.
That's it. This is actually therapeutic. I actually feel better than when you came. Is it because I have the most hair on this table?
I'm not sure about that.
I keep on telling you that. It might be a fucking denial, but this is a tattoo.
Well, gentlemen, I have tasted your food before, and I know that you will pull out the stops regardless of whatever it is you're doing in the kitchen. Thank you for talking to me.
Thank you for having us, and you're doing an amazing thing.
Yes, yes.
Thank
More
you.
grease to your elbows,
Thank
and
you.
your bald head.
Easy. You're outnumbered here.
We are definitely outnumbered.